We never like to hear that one of our friends, or obviously a family member, one of our clients has been in an auto accident, but it's part of life. People have auto accidents, and there's some things that you should do at the scene or very quickly after you leave the scene of an accident, just to make sure you have all your legal bases covered. Make sure that you've done everything you need to in case it turns out that you've been injured maybe a little bit more than you thought at the scene. First and foremost, never leave the scene of an accident, and don't let the other person leave the scene of the accident if possible. If someone says, hey, the cars aren't damaged that much, why don't we just swap information, we don't have to call the police, just don't do that. We don't ever want you to be in a situation where you don't have proper documentation needed to pursue a claim if it turns out that you are injured, or if you have a problem getting one of the insurance companies to pay. If you feel like you've been injured, even slightly, you need to seek medical attention. A lot of times after an accident, especially if it's your back or neck, your muscles and your tissues will swell up, and you may not know if you're hurt or not, or you may not know how severely you're hurt. After an accident, if you feel like that you may have been injured, you need to be checked out by an urgent care or an emergency room as soon as possible. At very least, go see your family doctor the next day. We often see people who don't feel like they're hurt that bad at this accident scene, but then they are hurting more the next day and the next day, and it just goes on and on and on and on. So it is good to have that documentation there, because sometimes insurance companies will try to defend a case by saying, well, if they had been hurt, they'd have went to the doctor that day. I don't think that's necessarily true, but we will always advise our clients to make that trip to the emergency room or urgent care, or call your family doctor and tell them you've been in a wreck and that you're sore. And then if you continue to have problems, you'll have that documentation. Before you leave the accident scene, you need to make sure that you swap information with the person who hit you. You need to get their driver's license number, tag number, their insurance information. The most of the time the law enforcement officers will be helping you through this process, but make sure you do that. Also, if you see any witnesses that may have seen the accident, shoot a quick video of them telling you what happened with your cell phone. If there's ever going to be a dispute about whether you were at fault or the other person was at fault, those eyewitnesses you may never see again, may never be able to contact again, and it would be great to get a video of them, their name, their phone number, their address, so that you can contact them later. And then lastly, take photos of both vehicles that were involved, and take photos of anything that's physically present at the scene, any brake marks or any tire marks or anything like that. Take photos, and so in case you have to prove liability later, you'll have those in your possession. One of the first things to do after you leave the scene of the accident is to notify your insurance company of the claim. Let them know everything that happened. It shouldn't have to be said, but always tell your insurance company the truth. If you shade the truth or tell them something that's false, you may think you're helping yourself, but you can likely run into a denial of coverage from your insurance company. So always tell them the truth, tell them what's going on, and then they'll have that claim set up so you can proceed later. After the accident and over the next few weeks, always document your medical treatment. Make sure you tell your doctors everything that you're experiencing, and keep a notebook with who you've seen, what they've treated you for, and what their recommendations are. This will help your attorney later if they have to order your medical records and help you proceed with a claim. Included in that is to document how your day-to-day activities have been affected by an accident. If you're not able to take care of your kids, or if you're not able to go to work, or do housework or do yard work, mark that down in a notebook so that you can remember to tell your lawyers that in order to document how the accident affected your daily life.